What's up there, fellas? How you doing? How far, Charlie? How you did? How you did? How your area did? How your city? Welcome to Famous Football. I'm your host, Nate. Let's talk football. Oof. Is it happening or what? Well, before we get into it, it's been nearly 24 hours since we won a game, right? And I just want to mention that before we can go any further. But I'm going to be discussing City game with Spurs, Arsenal game as well. And then later down the video, I will give you the latest on transfer in regards to Chelsea and everything that's happening. But let's get into the review. Spurs with the shocker, not necessarily a shocker, right? I didn't expect them to get decimated against City. No, I expected a good game, and I expected this game to go 1-1 or 0-0, right? But I expected a really competitive game. But Spurs, they did it. Thomas Frank, the way he set them up, not very different from the way they were set up against PSG, right? Now there's something consistent with the 3 games I've seen Spurs play so far, which is PSG, Burnley, and now City. They press a lot. There are a lot of energy within the squad. Talisson, Kudus, Johnson, whoever it is, they run a lot, they press a lot, and I feel like that was one thing that gave them the upper hand against City. I don't think City was ready for that. They didn't allow City to breathe. They didn't allow them to have the ball as they did have the ball. Even the possession, it wasn't far apart. I saw the possession after the first half. Even the second half, it wasn't far apart. Spurs could actually, maintain possession against City. It's not like they were all over the place. They look composed, they look and well structured. They know what they were doing. At the end of the game, they seemed like they were the one managing the game. They were the one dictating the game, and which was good because now Spurs had a lot of physical player, and I think the mistake and lack of physicality of City caused them the game. City players were not that physical as compared to Spurs players. Spurs player was a bit more aggressive in terms of their duels in contact, and you can tell City had a couple young players and new players on the pitch against as compared to Spurs, where you can see at least a little bit more experienced player on the pitch in Kudus, in Johnson, right? Romero, Van der Beek, right? All these players are all experienced players as compared to the people Man City had on the pitch. Shirky, he's still new to the league. He's still learning. Very technical player, but I don't think the physicality he couldn't match. Right? I mentioned that with the same thing with Estevao as well. Very technical player, but the physicality of the league, they stay adapting to it. Yeah? They stay trying to find their way around it, and I feel like that actually cost City the game. And now the mistake from their goalkeeper, Trafford, that didn't really help them as well. I think 2 shambolic mistakes. Let's be honest here, right? Now he's new, he did well in the championship last season, but this is not the championship, man. Especially when you're playing against a team like Spurs, and you going for something like that. Like the pass he tried to make, I didn't see any reason why he should be making that pass. Now there was somebody coming in. I can't really tell. I can't really remember who it was, but coming in from behind, and that person was actually free. So when I was watching the highlight during the first half, I said, why didn't he pass the ball to that person that is coming behind there? Or because even a little dig would have helped him, to accomplish that goal. But that didn't help it. He didn't do none of that, and it cost City the game. I think that 2 mistakes cost City the game. But even without those mistakes, Spurs were on their throat in terms of pressing, in terms of controlling the game. City didn't really have that much chances to begin with. It's like a handful of them. But when they get around the box, they lose. Around Spurs' box, they lose the ball. Right? Tackles, whatever. There was one clear-cut chance that Van der Beek slide and block it. That was good. That was a very good defending from him. But what does this mean for City? Do I think City is trash? No. I still think they have a lot of work to do. Now the squad they have, I do have I'm not a City fan, but I have some sort of a confidence in the squad that they have right now. Now, do I think City is going to be as dominant as they were 2-3 years ago? No. And the reason being is that other teams in the Premier League have grown. Other teams in the Premier League have also excelled. To some, let's say, now look at the level. Arsenal has advanced. Liverpool has advanced. Chelsea is also up there now. And now even Spurs is also up there as well. It's not just Spurs, but even when you look at the mid-table team, Newcastle, Aston Villa, everyone has some sort of advancement over the past few years. So do I think Man City will be as dominant as they were 3 years ago? No, but they will still be in the midst because they are City, they have Pep Guardiola, and they have a lot of good players within their squad. But so let's see how they can bounce back from this, right? And good luck to City, and good luck to every single Man City fan. But unlucky, jeez, man. I was hoping, listen, we don't like Spurs. We're hoping you guys do us a favor here. But listen, in terms of the title race, it's good for Chelsea. I'm gonna just say that because I never think Spurs gonna win the league, but Man City on the other hand, they could win the league. So they're losing. It's good for us, considering that we also have our eye on the title. Well, but we move. Today, first thing first, they unveil this guy. Yeah. Well, it's a great move for him. If you don't know what I'm thinking about it, you can check previous video of mine. Is it not just for Arsenal, but is it himself? It's a great move for him, and I think it's gonna be good. Like, he's 27, he's in his prime, well, quote unquote his prime. But even the guy is a good player, great quality. He can play, I think, in multiple positions. He can play on the wing. He can also play as a 10, right? So now you don't necessarily need to stick what's his name in there all the time. And now you also have Waneri that can play as a 10, but you also have that in Eze. So if you need to stick Waneri or Awa, you can also do that. But great move for him, and a great move for Arsenal as well. And I think him going there is gonna be good, as much as it's going to be good for Arsenal. It's also going to be good for him. They allow, there are better quality of players that he's going to be playing with. Odegaard, Zubimendi, Rice, Saka, Gyökeres. Listen, all these great players going to be around him in terms of, so that there's more chance for him to do something. But is he going to win a trophy? That's another problem. That's not happening. But I think he's going to play good football, and he might enjoy the level of football that he do play at Arsenal. And I think this particular signing put Arsenal in a better position than, and I know most Arsenal fans already know it because they're delusional like that. But do I think they're going to win? No, they're not going to win anything. But yeah, so Arsenal today against Leeds. Let's talk about that. Not a very bad game. Well, if you're a Leeds fan, very bad game, terrible, right? But from an Arsenal standpoint, it's not really a very bad game. I know I had an Arsenal fan that texted me saying Arsenal are back. Oh my God, these people, yeah, they are different, very delusional. Listen, Leeds, in my opinion, was absolutely terrible. Well, do I think Arsenal was great? No, I don't think Arsenal was that good. Arsenal was great in the game, no. Obviously, they managed the game well. They had the quality. Leeds didn't really have that, right? But in terms of play, Arsenal didn't really impress me by enemies. I won't lie to you. Now, did they win? A win is also a win, right? If Chelsea have won, like this, I'll take it. I don't care. A win is a win. But was it, when I say impressive football? Not really. It's just that Leeds was absolutely terrible. I won't lie. They were absolutely terrible. They looked all over the place. Nothing, no organization, but Arsenal dominated them, and that's the fact. Arsenal dominated them, but I don't think Leeds they didn't show up. That's my opinion. But again, the quality was there for Arsenal. They had the players, they have everything. They were behind every single ball. They make sure to win it. They make sure they maintain possession. They created as well. The corners, of course, corner. Arsenal will never score that many goals without corner being in it, right? They score from a corner. Gyökeres score, right? He scored typical Gyökeres goal. You play in behind into space. He run, take the ball, move 1-2, take a shot, and he also score a penalty, right? I know Arsenal fan are moving nuts that he scored 2 goals, but before those 2 goals in the first half. If you watch the first half of the game, it's like he wasn't even on an Arsenal team. It's just like they put him on the score on the lineup just so they can have 11 people on the pitch. Like, I didn't really see anybody trying to give him the ball. I didn't really see anybody trying to create anything for him. It's just he was just there. Like, I don't think he is part of the Arsenal team yet, right? Now, maybe as time goes on, they will learn how to integrate him into the team more, considering the fact that Arsenal is not used to playing with in and out number now over the past few years under Arteta. So maybe they're trying to figure that out and see how best that can work. Now we saw the same thing with City a couple years ago when they didn't have like an in and out number 9 after Aguero left, and then we saw they still won, they still dominated the City, but when then they bring in Haaland, they had to find a way to make that work as well. Now Haaland came in, it was like that, but hopefully it's not the same. I don't want to see Arsenal going anywhere, but it was they got a win. Kudos to them, congratulations to them. And then yeah, we move. Now let's talk about Chelsea. Everything that's in terms of transfer. But before we talk about transfer, I saw this from Thiago Silva. Right, check this out. Right, my boys. I saw this. It hit me. Yeah, it hit me. I'm not gonna lie. It hit me. Man, Thiago, oh, Thiago. Listen, legend. He spent what, 4 years at the club? Oh man, I don't lie. We love this guy. All Chelsea fans we do. And that comment right there, yeah? My boys, nothing else. My boys. And then with the blue heart, proper Chelsea in and out. Proper Chelsea in and out. But let's get into it. Cucurella signed a new deal with Chelsea, as 3 years extension. Nice. We'll get additional 3 more years with Cucurella. I'm not complaining. Listen, keep him. With what he's doing, I want more year to. But congratulations to Cucurella. I'm excited that that he gave him a contract extension, and I'm sure there's definitely a raise in that contract. Caicedo is next, so hopefully they get that done as well. I know they're gonna get it done. They have to get it done, right? So let's see what happened with that. And Chukwuemeka and Aselmino off the buy. It seems like this gonna happen at least within this week, right? It's definitely gonna happen on a permanent deal. Chelsea 25 million plus add-on. I think we have a sell-on clause within that as well, and I think that's brilliant because Chukwuemeka definitely do have the talent. We also know we include a 40 million sell-on clause within Vega deal as well. See, business, man, business. We already have 30 million plus 40 million add-on. So well, Lord have mercy. Bring the money. That's what let's say. We get in the bag, that's for sure. But that's gonna happen. Chukwuemeka and Aselmino. Aselmino's going on loan to Dortmund. Chukwuemeka on a permanent deal. So look forward to that this weekend. I think it might be done this coming week as well. And Villa can afford Jackson. So I guess they have to be out of the race. I know Newcastle is still in there. Bayern still doing the little Bayern thing, right? But let's see what happens with that. And hopefully we can find another home for Jackson. And talking about bringing in the people we need to bring in, Simmons might have said his final goodbye. He might have said his final goodbye to Leipzig fan. Listen, I reckon maybe this week it might happen. Once we get Jackson out, that might be the green light. Or in Nkunku out, that might be the green light. He's coming. And I know sending Garnacho, Man United won to enter the race for Garnacho, so they Chelsea can up their price a little bit, and then they can get something closer to what they want. It's not happening. Criminal. It won't happen, Man United. Criminal. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. But let's see what happens with that. Hopefully we can get those 2 people, Simmons and Garnacho, over to the club as soon as possible. I know we are all looking forward to that, and it's gonna happen, right? Axel Disasi post. Listen, what do you expect, man? We looking to get rid of you. You looking to get rid of us, right? Listen, do you expect us to give you a what? I don't know, a 5-star treatment? No, it's not happening. Listen, that kind of puts you in the mood to get ready to leave. No, with all sincerity though, I talk about how Chelsea treat their outgoings, and I don't think that's kind of fair at times, because maybe it may hinder people to want to sign for the club as well, because they may know, okay, if it doesn't work out, that could be me in a year. But hopefully they figure that out. Hopefully, Chelsea find a home for these people. And I think all this happened because the owners have realized that they made a whole bunch of mistakes in terms of signing players. Now, because they signed people that we didn't really need. And now we have built something that we're trying to continue with. They realize that all this excess of players that we don't really need. So now they have to treat them in that manner, to get rid of them, to kind of be aggressive in some sense. And I don't think that's fair. And I think it's us down, like I said, to the mistake of the owners. So Hopefully they can rectify that in the future, and stuff like that shouldn't be happening, right? If you won't get rid of the player, you can get rid of it. Like what we're doing with Nkunku and Jackson. Those are proper treatment right there. But let's see, right, as it go, what happened with that. But again, let me know your thoughts down below. Everything we discussed. Arsenal win. Spurs, win against Man City. Arsenal, what do you think? Do you think Arsenal play well? Do you think that they play well? I don't think that they right. And Cucurella signing a new deal. How excited are you about that? If you're a Chelsea fan, Chukwuemeka and Aselmino off the Bayern, right? We're getting people off the books, and the outgoings are outgoings, right? So Villa can afford Jackson. Where do you think Nicola Jackson gonna go if he gets to find a new home? Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. See you later. Cheers.